and then today's will be Breakman's. Welcome on in, everybody.
You,
On the
you know what
replay.
makes me angry?
What?
How fucking useless the Subway's app is. Like, I
Mm.
put in my new card information and I tried to make an order. And it made sense for the first location I went to because they were closed because they didn't have any hot
We'll
water.
try. Yeah. Yeah.
But I went to the other one and tried to pick my order online there, and it got rejected for some reason. But I go to the store and I was able to buy it just fine. So their app's just not accepting my card for whatever reason.
That's interesting. Mm. Let's go to the channel so we can get up the YouTube's what you call it? YouTube.
It got
There we go. We're up to 69 subscribers there.
nice.
Blue Unicorn, what's up, buddy? Hoagies and grinders. Yeah, why not? Let me get this.
Yeah. See, we're called RPGrinders because we trick people into thinking we're about food.
Yeah, exactly. Either that or a gay website, because Grinders is that one, or a gay app. I don't care.
Or RPGrinders.
RPGrinders, yes, that was. Yeah, do you remember RPGrinders,
No.
Bernie? You don't?
No, but
Oh, that was Bullroom. The Bullroom decided to call us
who
RPGrinders.
the hell is? I don't even know who that is.
Oh, that's right. When I had Wicked Radio Network, that was one of the podcasts. It was Wicked Radio.
Oh, so that was before
Yeah.
we met.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we met right when you were ending Wicked Radio.
Yeah, I think so. All right. What's up, Breakman? Are you there? Let me call Breakman. Is this Grinder? Well. All right, let's get top or bottom. How dare you? Both. How about that? Both, Breakman. Let's add Breakman, our good friend. Break in here. We'll get started a little bit early.
My panic zone will be somewhat interesting, but you'll probably know right away where I'm referencing it from if you paid enough attention to a certain video game series.
Yeah, versatile is valid. Yes. Calling you now. All right. I'm so glad he's here. We can start early and get ended early if we can get him up here. We'll just go ahead and start early.
Sexy pants.
I didn't bother doing it.
No, I got called something else.
I didn't bother doing a newsreel because there was so little news that was worth doing.
No, I'm glad you didn't. I have to hurry with this episode because we got to get Bernie and MRI.
Well, the newsreel would have been a separate recording.
Oh, I got you. Breakman, welcome. How are you, sir? You there? We do not hear you. I hear a bunch of stuff in the background. I think your mic's not working, Break. What?
You said you're handsome.
Oh, thank you. I was given a new moniker today. Sexican long hair.
I always call you Mexican sassy pants.
Yeah. What's up, Break? How are you?
Good. I'm all right.
All right,
I'm
I
here.
can hear you. All right.
Okay.
What are you crying about?
I don't know.
Sexy.
Everything's breaking down.
I got a thing in 8 minutes, but you won't hear Blue. I've been doing this for almost 18 years, buddy. So, or 17 and a half years, whatever it is. But
Blue's in there?
have a good sync thingy, Blue Unicorn. Blue's a great dude. What are you doing, Break? Are you like,
I'm touching myself. I mean, what's the question again?
right? Nobody wants to hear that you're touching yourself. You guys ready to go so we can get started and get
Sure,
this?
Let's do it. Let's get this go. Get this. People are gonna be shocked. They're gonna come in like normal time. Like, what the hell? The show's already on.
I know, and it's already over, and we're just getting in.
What?
All right, hang on. Let me get started here. We're not doing any news today because, first of all, it was a slow news week, and two, I got to get out of here quick because we got to get an MRI with Bernie, and that's on the other side of town. So here we go, guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right. And welcome everybody to a very quick edition of RPGrinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you?
Oh, wait, we're supposed to say something, aren't we? Oh, my bad. I'm here.
I wish I was napping instead.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, this will be a quick and easy one. We don't have any news to share, so,
Cool.
we're just going to keep going.
Yay!
Yeah.
This is the best show ever.
I know, right? Breakman, how have you been, sir?
All right. It's
Yeah,
a pretty
that's
good week, I think.
That's good.
It's college basketball finale going on right now.
That's
Yeah,
your
my bracket's already blown up, so,
I've been busy today, so I have no idea what's going on.
Now, McNeese State, I should have known because a 12 always beats a 5, like almost every year. But
Every year, at least one. Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever. Fuck the brackets. They piss me off. All right, let's go ahead and get started. No news today, so we're gonna go right into. Oh, is there any homie discounts? Do you have any homie discounts, guys?
No.
No, I don't have any either. You, Eric?
No.
All right, let's just go right into this then.
Inquiring minds want to know.
What have you been playing, Breakman?
Mostly Dragon's Dogma. I beat a dragon yesterday without getting hit.
Oh, you think you're something, huh? What'd you do? Hit it with arrows from like way far, or what?
See, actually, yes, but this is different because this is a dragon. See, dragons fly.
Yes.
So it actually hitting it from a distance didn't really give me any advantage at all because it just flew up right in front of me.
Oh.
And then I knocked it the fuck down.
Okay.
And pounded it. And every time I try to fly back up and look right at me and start breathing its fire, I knock the motherfucker right back down.
Well, that's what you got to do, man. Use that cheesing strategy to your full advantage.
No,
so.
I didn't cheese him. I beat him legitimately.
I know, I'm just fucking with you, man.
Which was awesome. And then I beat the cockatrice that I'd failed against a few times now because it turns everybody to fucking stone in my party. That sucks.
Is there any buffs that you could do to avoid that, or is that's just what?
Yeah. Are there any accessories that like block petrification?
I haven't found any to block it completely. There's some that can raise resistance. But for me, the only thing I can find really is like a potion to cure it, but it doesn't work on the whole party.
Oh.
So I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll just I'll get through it. And I killed that guy and went through the dungeon, went a little deeper into that dungeon. And was feeling pretty badass, after beating a dragon without getting touched, with beating this boss that had been struggling against. And then I got to this giant fucking eyeball. It looked like a beholder, but only had one eye. And I fought it for about a half hour. I got 2 of its bars down and had about 10 bars.
Yeah.
And okay, this is going forever, but I think I might be able to do it. And then he hit me with one move that destroyed me. Killed me.
Well, that happens if you don't kill.
After a half hour of fighting the motherfucker.
He was like, I'm done toying with you, bitch. Here you go.
This is over. Like, I made you think you could win, or at least had a chance. Not anymore. But,
you know what? That sounds just like a beholder, because that's what they would do. They'd be like, these insignificant fools, just, I'll play with them for a little while and then fuck them up.
Yep. I'm hungry now. Time for you to die. What? But we're.
I'm not strong enough. Or have you heard that meme, Breakman? Father, help! Father, no! Yeah, that's what happened to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I will say one more thing about Dragon's Dogma. I really love how their party system is set up in the game. You get one character yourself, and then you get to make your like support character, like and you make them whatever character you want. They're your loyal pet, basically. I compare it basically to like the Fate series, the anime Fate.
Yeah.
So they're like summons, basically.
Yeah.
You get 4 party members though, so you can actually recruit 2 other players' characters that they created to be your pawns, basically.
You're like damage fodder. Yeah.
So basically, like, the character that I created, my assistant, my pawn, other people can use, and I use their pawns too. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, It's a nice
Instead of
little.
just like having like generic characters that are that you could pick up, like they've got this system that's it's kind of neat. I like it.
I like that too. That's very good. Very good. Anything else you've been playing, Break?
No, but I think I explained that way too difficult. Made it way more complicated than it needed to be.
Yeah, probably. But that's okay.
Oh, I played a little bit more of
Vampire Survivors.
Shit. Yeah, Vampire Survivors. Thank you. Still fun. And man, like I said last week, when I thought I was close to being done, no, I'm not even. So much more. I'm like, okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah, it's a good game. Good game for
Yes.
sure.
Yes, absolutely. I recommend everybody play Vampire Survivors because it is so easy. Everybody can play it, and it's not really offensive. It's got a weird sense of humor. If you read through the story, like before they added Castlevania and stuff like that, there was an or running joke that there's no such thing as ghosts. So anytime like a ghost-like character could appear in it, they're like, that's not really a ghost and stuff like that. So now they added the Castlevania characters, and now there's an alleged ghost.
Oh, I got you. So pretty soon it's going to change to, yep, there's definitely Ghost. I love it, man. I like humor like that in video games for sure. All right, anything else, Break, or are you good?
I'm good.
Eric, what have you been playing, sir?
Just more Suikoden 2, not as much as I had hoped, because I've either been watching movies or reading Dragon Ball Super's manga.
Yeah. All right. Well, still, that's pretty good. Suikoden. I've been playing just a little tiny bit of Tears of the Kingdom, more hunting for Korok seeds. I'm about I would say not quite 2/3 done, but I'm getting there. I'm making progress.
Over 500.
Yes, definitely over 500. Maybe towards the 6. I haven't checked
Okay.
lately, but yeah, I'm getting there.
By this time next year.
By this time next year, you're absolutely correct. I will have the golden poop. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's move on to
RPGrinders reviews.
All right, Breakman, do you have any reviews this week?
I do actually have one thing.
Okay, go for it.
Well, I was in kind of the feeling of in the mood for something I knew was not going to be good. Something I knew was going to be bad.
Okay.
And I was looking
Moonfall? Did you watch Moonfall?
No, you watched Craven, didn't you?
Craven?
Is that out?
Yes, it is out on
Probably at
Netflix.
this point. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it on. Is it like what's it on?
Netflix. It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
Where
Oh, so I
Sony
don't-
puts all their movies.
Yeah.
I don't have Netflix, but you guys are actually on the right track.
Let me guess. Morbius.
That'd be correct.
Ah!
A movie was.
Well, either that or Madam Web.
Madam Web, man, I can't wait to watch that turd of a movie.
Oh man.
I know how. Just watching the preview, it's like, what the? That's not Madam. What? Huh? What's going
So
on?
bad, man. So bad. Anyways, what you got for us?
Jared Leto, once again, good actor, completely miscast.
Yeah.
Like not the role.
I don't even think he was miscast. I think it was. You know what I think it was, Break? I think it was just horrible writing, man. Like they just did not capture the essence of Morbius from the comics, at all. It's bad.
You're on cut out for a little bit, but yeah, you're right. They did not capture it at all. Like Morbius is really conflicted, and he wants to be good, but at the same time, like, he needs to drink blood.
Yeah.
He seemed more Jared Leto felt really nonchalant about that whole situation, honestly.
Yeah,
It
was like
didn't seem as torn up as Michael Morbius always was in the comics. Like, God, what am I, like, help me,
Yeah, in the comics, he really is a tortured character, right? Even more so than somebody like Blade, who found like a solution, right. To the problem. But Morbius doesn't have a solution, right? Which
What was Blade's solution? I don't think they ever explored it in any of the films.
Yeah, they did. The first film, dude. Like he gets transfusions.
They didn't address it in the other films.
No,
because
it was already established, man. He gets transfusions. He's got transfusions and shit. That's why Whistler was a big character in that. Whistler was the one that helped him out with that. Yeah. So continue. I'm sorry,
they
Brett.
turned it on its head for the sequel when he returned the favor to turn Whistler back.
Yes. Yeah. And part 2 of Blade was awesome.
Yeah.
It's an underrated movie, man. You know
Good
who
sequel.
directed 2?
Hmm.
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, okay, I can see that. Yeah, because there was a lot of
Norman
like
Reedus.
gothic.
That's
horror.
why it was so weird.
Yeah.
Or was that the one Norman Reedus, or was that part 3?
No, that's part 3, and it's awful.
I
Part 3
didn't really
sucks.
care for the second film because like it wasn't bad, but like I felt like it was a big pile of nothing in terms of what was going on.
Well, I disagree with you, sir. I thought
I love the second one. The
I
third
love
one
second.
I hate.
Yeah,
It felt like just a collection of let's do a bunch of cool shit, but have it not mean anything.
No, it did mean something. The vampires in the second one were way different, man. Like way different. It was good, man. You need to take a second look at that movie, Eric. It's part 2.
It's been years since I last saw it, though. So.
Yeah. If you watch it, I mean, it's. I agree with Break. I think 2 is phenomenal. I think it's a great movie.
The only thing I'd say is like I don't think the CGI from like the final fight probably holds up. Just
I agree.
Being an older like CGI type movie. But other than that, I think it's probably still great.
All right, continue on with your review, Break.
Okay, so Michael Morbius, or just Morbius, he gets a blood transfusion every day because he has this disease that will kill him unless he gets a transfusion every day. So his life's goal is to find a cure, and he experiments on himself and turns himself into the living vampire. And that's where really the connection between the comic and the movie, just that's about it. Because it's like, yeah, this really isn't Morbius. This is. It feels like they're trying to rewrite the Hulk, essentially, like make him like Dr. Banner, and like his other side's like the Hulk, like he's there to save and not kill and such like that. You know.
Morbius is like more than an anti-hero in the comics. Like he's like on the edge of like you know bad. You know, it's like
he like his other side absolutely hates it. You know.
Hey, Freak Five's in chat. What's up, Freak Five? Nice to have you here. We're just doing a very quick edition of RPGrinders this week because I got to take Bernie for an MRI. What's up, Break?
Now, I have a concept I thought of before the show, thinking about this movie, and I call it the Black Adam line. You know how baseball has the Mendoza line?
Yeah.
Like the black, because that's the most average super movie ever, right?
Yeah, Black Adam's pretty average. Yeah.
Okay. So, and on that scale, it definitely falls underneath the Black Adam line. When you're trying to make somebody who's like a tortured soul, and you're trying to make him into this action superhero type thing, like that alone was not good. But just like he was so nonchalant through a lot of it. Just okay, I'm killing people and whatever. Oh, I hate myself for it.
You know, I have a theory, Breakman, about it. I think he played the same character that he played in Blade Runner 2049. If you've ever seen that, I think he played the same character. If you watch that movie, tell me he's any different.
Okay. Now, I will say, for bad movies, this one, like the last Ghost Rider movie, embraced it. It realized, at a certain point, it's like, okay, this is a bad movie. We know that. We're just going to be cheesy. And I realized that when at the end, I'm like, oh, he's calling for the bats. Oh, they're going to make him, they're going to like give it, and I don't care if I spoil this because it's fucking
it sucks.
They're going to give him like a suit of armor. They're going to turn him into a bat suit of armor. They realize this movie sucks, don't they? Oh my God. Yes, that's what they're doing. And now he's throwing bat kamehamehas. Oh my God. This is the cheesiest shit ever.
It's so bad. Hey, Freak 5 is exiled, you son of a bitch. How dare you?
Oh God. It's like, it's so bad. Like that fight is so bad at the end. Like it was just the perfect fight.
Yeah, it was just like perfect. It encapsulated that whole movie. It built up to that, and that's what it was.
Oh man, like Catwoman tried to play it straight.
I know.
for the most part. This movie, at least at the end, is finally admitting, yeah, we suck.
It was like an admission. Okay, we know this movie sucks. I wonder if there's a director's cut and how bad that would be.
Oh, I don't know, man. I can imagine him giving him like a full bat suit of armor and
Oh
stuff.
my
like,
god! And it almost looks like Batman, but not quite, even with the logo.
They could call it the director's bite if they ever release it.
The director's bite.
It feels like they were trying to make a combination of like the Hulk and Batman.
Yeah, I agree, but it didn't work on either front,
No,
man.
no.
It's like really.
And
bad.
like the comparison to Hulk, or like, I think they're intentional because at one point he's like, "You wouldn't like me when I'm angry," or something
Oh
like
my
that, or like,
God.
"You wouldn't like me when I'm hungry," is what he said.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Freak5 says
Like,
MRI is
yeah.
gonna find out Bernie has brain trauma, and that explains why she's with Frank. How dare you, son of a bitch! Freak5 says I have a homie discount this week. Okay, tell us your homie discount. While Break gives us his score for Morbius.
I am going to give it 4 for the cheesy campness of the end. When the bats show up
Man,
and
that's high praise.
roast
You
bat
almost think it's
mayonnaise.
average. Yeah. Ugh, I don't know.
Like, well, okay, I want to give that scene a 4, but I'm going to give the rest of the movie like a 2.
Okay.
So 3. I'm
Yeah.
going 3. There we go.
All right, that sounds fair. I would have given it maybe a 2. 2 just because the CGI was okay in certain spots, and Morbius is just a badass character anyways, but I think that's fair.
And in the end where she dies, like that was just so like, oh my god, like they're just copying an anime now, giving him an excuse to like why he has to drink her blood.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like
Yeah.
this is
So
fucking
bad.
ridiculous.
I know. Freak5
least,
says
no.
if you order in the app from Domino's, all pizzas are half off. Just like Freak5's pants when he sees a homeless person. Anyways. Eric, your review, sir.
I watched the
Oh shit.
only traditionally animated
Very high. Sorry, I missed you in the YouTube chat. I did have the YouTube chat.
Looney Tunes movie that's been done in years, and it's probably going to be the last.
Ugh.
Even though the movie's doing well, you know how CEOs are. They make the stupid decisions ever. Which is why it only had about a week screening
Yeah.
from last Wednesday to this Wednesday.
Yeah.
But I saw The Day the Earth Blew Up, which is a story about Porky and Donald getting adopted by a farmer named Joe when they were babies.
I'm surprised that
And
his name wasn't Jed.
Anyways,
Flings.
they grow up and he dies, but like they did it in the most cartoon way possible, where he just walks off into the sunset.
Yeah.
And they did the weird thing about like where they made him more like a painting that was barely animated. You can see him hobbling like South Park style
Yeah.
towards the sunset. But
yeah.
anyways, they try to get a job to pay for the house because they're their house isn't quite up to snuff because they got a comet over the night hit their roof and they need to repair it, and they keep failing at jobs, and they work at this gum factory, and then they find out about the alien invasion from said asteroid. And then there's just a bunch of goofiness that happens in the film.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about an hour and a half long. And it was pretty funny. And I don't know, is it on Max now? Because I think they were originally just going to put it on Max.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Or was there gonna make like a month waiting period or something?
Probably. That's how they always do it. Fairy's in the chat says it's okay. I just like to pick on him. How dare you, Fairy? Then Freak5 says homeless people need to get
So
their
I'm giving this movie an 8.5.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Homeless people need to get their protein from somewhere. Freak5. Ooh, gross.
Ew.
Gross, Freak5.
Is he talking about what is going on in chat? What is wrong?
Freak is being a freak. I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly.
That's
Morbius
fair.
is so bad. You forgot you were watching the movie, Breakman?
I took a break. I had to take a shit. And
Yeah.
I started looking at the news and shit like that. I'm like,
You were just
usually
like,
if you gotta take a piss during a movie, it's like, I can't wait to go back and see what's going to happen next. This one's like, oh yeah.
or you
Watching-
push pause like most people,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a review for a movie called Little Bites. It's an artsy approach to a horror film where this woman has a monster living with her. It's basically like a guy that's kind of looks like a monster, but he like takes little bites out of her, like actual bites. And I thought I thought it was going to be an allegory for something, and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then all of a sudden the movie ends, and I'm like, that is the reason I hate artsy films most of the time. I can deal with slow burn movies and shit like that, but this movie, it's kind of light on the action, and then when it does pick up at the very end, it just leaves you thinking, why? Why? And it was directed, I had high hopes. It was directed by Rob Zombie's brother, and it didn't end up being very good. So I think I would give it probably a 3 out of 5. I thought it was something. Let's just put it that way.
And it took us
So
three
only
days
one of
to
us saw a
watch.
good movie this week.
What?
It took us 3 days to watch.
Oh God, it was painful. It was okay. Let me just put it this way. You know, Breakman. We always say that the worst thing you could say about a movie is that it was boring.
Yep.
Yeah, this movie's pretty fucking boring for a goddamn horror movie. You would expect a little more action, but Freak 5. Yeah, exactly. Half off, just like Kmart back in the day. Freak 5. All right, let's move on to everybody's favorite segment.
What is it?
Stinko of the Week.
All right, Breakman. I know you have a few.
Okay, let's see here. Sorry, I have my phone on the charger. So okay, Stinkos.
Yes.
Well, I've said it before, and I know we've talked many times about war and Trump and stuff like that, and people say like he's the anti-war president, stuff like that. Well, now he's actively talking about World War III.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he might bring us to that point. It's to be determined, but.
Yeah, I would like all the people who tell me he's a peaceful president to kiss my ass now.
I never said he was peaceful. I just said he did.
I'm not talking about you.
Yeah,
Frank.
yeah. He did. Well, I was the one saying he. I mean, the one thing that you could say about Trump, he didn't get us into any new wars. That's what I said. But
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
not
I'm not
peaceful.
saying that. I'm talking about the Trump supporters who
Yeah,
are saying like
yeah.
he's the one who got us out of Afghanistan, and he's the one like I've had to argue with so many MAGA about like that we were at war for the his entire presidency. No, we weren't.
Yes, we were.
Well, then why do you blame Joe Biden for getting us out of Afghanistan if we weren't at war?
They like to have their cake and eat it too, man. It's just so weird. All right, so yeah, keep going.
Okay, deporting people to countries they have never even been is what's going on in this country right now. And there was a mother of 5, I think, who was currently in shit, I forgot what country she's currently in, but she's never been to that country. She's not from there. She was born here in America.
So an American citizen got taken to a different country?
Yes.
Oh, great. Perfect.
Yes. And that's what's going on in this country right now. Anybody who's naturalized American citizen. Actually, I think she was naturalized American. I don't think she was born.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say if she's born.
Which is whatever. I mean, you're an American, you're an American.
That's right. That's right. That's 100% right, Break.
We are a country of immigrants.
It's like the guy that was he was protesting Palestine. I think you brought it up. Born here, but is facing deportation for what? I mean, I don't understand. If he did terroristic activity, I'd like to know what that is. And you got to go through due process before you get locked up, right? Well, apparently.
Do we? Because that's also on my stinkos
Okay,
too.
go for it.
there is no such thing as due process anymore because Trump is locking up and deporting people to Venezuela on the assumption that they're in a gang.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
And he is making a spectacle of it. He's putting them in stocks and chains, bags over their heads, marching them onto military planes.
Yeah.
It's
In El Salvador specifically.
What's up, Minnie? Nice to have you here. I see you, and you're the only one in the YouTube chat. If you have Twitch, head on over to Twitch. There's more people there, but nice to have you there. Ferry says, I thought it was just going to be criminals and illegals. Yeah, me too, Ferry. I knew where it was going. They want to get rid of people like me that were born here, natural citizen. You know, I'm born and raised. You know, never lived a day in my life in Mexico, and that's where it's headed. What's up, Slagar? Nice to have you here.
And they're going after people with green cards, like I said.
That's ridiculous.
We have a couple of stories where people are having accusations completely made up about them. It's just ICE is a terrorist organization.
I agree. I agree with you, Breakman. I thought I was crazy for saying that. ICE is a terrorist organization. I agree with you 100%.
After this week, how I've seen how they've treated people, they're a terrorist organization. We've got reports of people from Canada coming over and being locked in cages for hours on end and having their IDs taken away and just basically being sent on their way at after about 12 hours or something like that, accused of no crime whatsoever.
Yeah.
They're just caging people.
Yeah.
Or no crimes whatsoever.
Ferry
there was
said,
another guy who was being deported after they took his wallet, which had his ID in it, showing he was born in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening in this country right now.
Ferry says, my grandson is Cuban, Mexican, and white. She says, I've thought I should change his last name. 100%, Ferry. 100% you should do that. And that's a shame. Because,
John Smith.
Yep, John Smith, and you're John Smith from this point forward. I've thought about changing my name. My name is not Frank Branches, by the way. For people,
not Frank Smith.
No, it's not Frank Branches.
It's Mexican.
It's Sexican long hair. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sexican.
Slagar says Doge is a terrorist, sending in fake U.S. marshals. I agree with you, Slagar. 100%. Right, continue on, Breakman. What else you got?
And a lot of these, there's one guy whose wife, he literally just got married. They were on their honeymoon, they were on their honeymoon, but she wasn't legalized yet, even though they were married. She was going through the process of becoming an American. Well, as they were on their honeymoon, they came back into the country and she was deported.
Oh,
So
man.
they were a Trump
MAGA, though?
supporter.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at Chad. Freak5 says it's Frank Twigs.
Well,
Ferry,
but being he's a MAGA supporter, do you think he blames Trump?
No.
Of course not.
Ferry says Sexican long hair. Yes. And then Slagar says, hey, Sexican. Yes.
Well, maybe he does now, but who knows?
I don't know. It's getting out of control, guys. I'm telling you, more than half the country voted for this guy, and they're getting their wish, and they don't give a fuck. That's the thing. Most people don't. Even people on the left don't give a fuck. Because what are they doing? They're not doing anything, and I'll be talking about that in a minute.
Very few of them are. We have judges, at least, that are doing something, but the judges' hands are tied as far as what they can actually do. And Trump has defied a couple of court orders so far. One was there are people these people we just talked about who were chained up and sent on a plane to whatever country without due process. A judge ordered them back, and Trump's team was like, "Oh, we can't. We already sent them. They're already gone."
How nice. Sending them to the country that they've never been to. That's really cool. They don't give a fuck until it affects them, Perry says. I agree.
Even when it affects them, like I said, that guy whose wife just got deported, he's still a Trump supporter.
I'm with Slagar. Slagar says it's way out of control. I agree, Slagar. It's insane. It's insanity. And
it's called the sunken cost fallacy, where you just keep supporting something because eventually maybe it will pay off.
What is it called, Eric?
Sunken cost.
Something cost?
Sunken cost.
Oh, sunken cost. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't understand. They talk about Trump deranged syndrome. I think
Mm-hmm.
if you flip that on its ear, it's just derangement for Trump syndrome. You know.
I've got a story about that when we get to Sweetos, I guess.
Okay, continue on your stinkos, buddy.
Okay, this one, Chuck Schumer, I gave him a stinko last week, and I'm gonna add to it because he's doubled down on his defense. He went into an interview stating, I think I did the right thing. It was a tough choice. I'm tough and stuff like this. And his reasoning being is that once Trump's popularity sinks down low, he thinks the Republicans are going to jump ship and they'll join his side.
Oh, he's such a fucking moron. He needs to go. He fucking needs to go. Yeah. Can you go grab this cord, Bernie? Yeah, thank you.
And ring it around Schumer's neck.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I saw that properly?
Yeah, don't get us in trouble there, Frank.
Okay, my
I
bad.
understand the
Honestly,
sentiments.
right. I'm just
Metaphorically
kidding.
speaking, allegedly only for
Yes.
entertainment purposes. Yes.
Yes, allegedly.
What else you got?
Metaphorically, yes. He's an asshole.
Oh, look at this.
And,
Freak5 says they don't want to admit they were wrong. And Slagar says, remember when we landed in France? Well, France better pay back and land here and run these fuckers out. Slagar, I'm serious. It might happen, man. I mean, can you imagine that? The world just goes to war with us? Well, this is assuming nobody uses nuclear weapons, which, does anybody trust Trump not to use a nuclear weapon at this point? They are the ones that have TDs, and they have 16 Trump flags and a whole wardrobe of Trump merch. Parlez-vous. Yes, exactly, Slagar. Okay, continue on. Break. Let's go. Sorry.
Jeez, France, please. Okay, Trump tore up federal anti-segregation laws.
Ugh. Gross. And he's doing the same to the military, too. He wants the military to be all white, which is weird.
He also signed the executive order that would get rid of the Department of Education. Who knows how far that will go.
I was going to get to that one. It's not your turn for stinkos, but that's fine. You just...
You take all my stinkos, so
Yeah.
that's why I never have any.
I'll just give you grief. Yeah, that one's definitely on my list. Like, that one just sickens me more than any of them, really.
Yeah.
And he had kids right next to him when he did it.
Yeah, stupid.
He's literally robbing education of millions of children.
Yeah. Okay, continue on, Break. We got to pick up the pace.
I'll just give you a grief there, okay? Trump administration has been deleting history left and right. The latest thing they deleted was Jackie Robinson's history. He was never in the military, apparently now. They don't want to honor anybody above anybody else, is what they're saying. Yet, there's been a lot of praise for Trump and Vance.
Oh, Trump, you mean the draft dodger that never, ever went to the military? Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, so military people are actually having their lives completely erased. As we talked about last week, you said they erased the word gay, so the Enola Gay was erased from history. Oh, good, sweet. We didn't drop an A-bomb. I like it, but it's not what happened. Let me see. I just got a couple more.
Just imagine going to the museum and you just find out about the Enola.
the totally not gay Enola. Enola Strait. It's the Enola Strait. Ceasefires with dictators never work out. If you don't believe me, just look at Israel and Russia.
Yeah.
Both signed ceasefires and both were bombing their so-called enemy within the day.
Oh yeah, they never work. Netanyahu's a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck who thinks that I'm anti-Semite, which nothing could be further from the fucking truth. I don't have anything
about the country of Israel. We don't have a problem with Israel. We have a problem with a fucking dictator leader like that we have in America and like Russia has, Putin.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't matter his race, his religion. It doesn't matter his gender. The fact is, he's an evil piece of shit.
Yeah. Peace, love, sunshine. Welcome. Nice to have you in the YouTube chat. If you guys have a Twitch account, head on over to twitch.tv/RPGrinders, and you can catch us over there. Ferry says he loves the undereducated. People with an education can't be controlled. Slagar says erasing history, text, and info is 100% a Hitler move. I would agree with that. Like the thought of what Doge is supposed to do, Department of Government Efficiency. Everybody wants the government to be way more efficient. That's something I agree with the Republicans on. I
I hate
want.
that name too, because
I do too because
crappy cryptocurrency.
yeah.
I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is that all of our money is being siphoned away.
Yes, that's the issue. Okay.
I don't. It's not being siphoned away to fight AIDS in Africa and stuff like that. Like that's
No.
millions of dollars. We're talking about
Also, Trump's
contracts
proposed tax
being-
policy that'll take place next year if nothing's done about it.
Well, look, people.
I'm probably going to be losing about half of what I usually get back.
Yeah, I know. Look, let me tell you guys something. There is unrest in this country. It's bubbling, and I'll get to it in my stinkles. Go ahead.
Okay.
Breaking.
Actually, I kind of think I'll leave this as a sweeto because it's partially good.
Okay.
That's it.
Eric, did you have any stinkos, or did we fill the room with?
No, I stole all of them.
Yeah.
My body just decided to rebel against me, and I had a massive runny nose sneezing fit.
Ugh, not good, buddy. Not good.
It's that season right now.
Yeah.
Like, this weather's
It
been
really
fucking-
is. Weather's
One
crazy.
day last week where it was 30 and then 70 the next day.
Oh yeah, that's another stinko. The roller coaster weather we have in Northeast Ohio,
Yeah.
or just Ohio in general.
You know, this has been the warmest March that I could ever remember. March
Yeah.
is usually our snowiest month, and I think we haven't even had an inch of snow this month.
I
It's fucking
texted
crazy.
Frank earlier last week
Yeah,
about the weather,
yeah.
and then gave him the roller coaster of love song.
Slagar
Replace
says,
love with fuck, because that's what it feels like in Ohio.
yeah,
God, that one made me so fucking mad when I read that.
yeah. Slagar says, did Elon get China war advice today? 1,000%. Chance he has money to ties to China already. Freak5 says, my first Tinko, I got my review at work today, rating on a 1 to 5. I got all 3s, despite my boss telling me that he was told to come up with something I needed to do to improve, but less than half of the categories had suggestions. Also, the supervisors are told not to give 5s because they would give us a larger raise if we. Yep, that happens in
No
corporate
shit.
wide, and I hate that, which doesn't make sense
Happens
because
to
of
my
my
company
raise.
too.
Yeah, I got my raise a month ago. Yeah, it's so stupid. It's fucked up. Freak5. Did you have any more, Break?
No.
Okay, mine. Okay, so this is a stinko, but it's gonna tie into my sweeto, so I'll go right into sweetos after. Mine is Lauren Boebert refuses to go to her town hall meetings. Remember, I was talking about unrest in the country. Even Republicans are feeling this. Republicans are feeling the same things that everybody else is feeling, right? No lower cost on eggs or groceries or gas or anything that he promised, and it's starting to affect the entire country. But
I think the prices on eggs are starting to come down a little bit. It's nothing to do with him. It's the bird flu is getting under control.
yeah, but that leads us into our sweetos.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet of the week.
Okay, my sweeto of the week. I'm going to go first, gentlemen, because it kind of goes on the back of that. So a lot of Republican town hall meetings it's been contentious, even with Republican constituents, highly Republican areas. Like, people are getting pissed. I mean, the country is almost in shambles, you know? So I mentioned Boebert. Boebert's constituents, because she hasn't been going to her town hall meetings, they decided to bring a cardboard cutout of her just so they could bitch at it, and it was fucking wonderful. It was awesome. The people of Colorado really fucking get it, even in that highly Republican district. So, yes to you guys. And clear across the country, people are just, they're basically voicing their frustration, and this is what we need big time in this country. We need people to voice their frustration and get out en masse and do it. You know what I'm saying? Break your sweeto.
Okay, I got a couple. One is, Frank, you've said many times about the Republicans and the Democrats.
Yes.
It's just one party.
Yes, I have.
Well, you're right. And if people don't believe him, just look at Gavin Newsom.
Oh, what a piece of shit he is. Go ahead.
He's this week sucking up to Republicans like Charlie Kirk, you know, the most extreme right-wing nut jobs, period. And yeah, like he wants to be president, and he's gonna do anything he can to be president. Which is sad because, like I said, he's just a Republican, and yeah, I mean, it's just one party, as you said. The other one goes to, we mentioned TDS a little bit ago, how we all have TDS with Trump derangement syndrome because he makes us all deranged because we hate him so much. Not based on any facts at all, just we hate him. Fucking MAGA. Well, there was a city that wanted to put it into law that it would be officially a mental disease. But that law, it failed in committee, and the next day that guy was busted in a sexting operation trying to have sex with a teenager. Like a Chris Hansen type situation.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
So that describes MAGA in a nutshell.
Yeah, well, can't fix stupid, can you? I mean, yeah.
Child molesters and idiots. All of them.
Yeah. I thought it was that night, Freak Five says. Ferry says, yes, the Dems are pussies. Yeah, they really
It might
are.
have been that night. I thought it was the next day.
Slagar, I'm looking for a video of it. If you search on Google, you probably would have better luck, Slagar. But yeah, they're not happy in her district. They really aren't. Continue on.
Democratic leadership is absolutely pathetic.
They're all pathetic.
About that. There was actually, I could add Hakeem Jeffries to that. There was some interviews of him and stuff like that. He's mad at the support that Schumer gave, but he's not going to call out Schumer in any way. And his interviews were all been essentially talking points.
Yeah, stupid.
The same old Democrat talking points.
Yeah. Yep. And what is he doing? Nothing. At least AOC and Bernie are getting out on the trail, like stop the oligarchy stuff shit, I think they should start calling them robber barons, because that's what they are. Robbing the American people fucking blind. But, it's just me.
Yeah, like I was saying, before, like the fraud that is happening in the government is all these huge contracts and tax cuts were given to the wealthy people and corporations. That's the fraud that needs to be cut out, not firing people working in Social Security or shit like that, they've been doing, cutting AIDS funding.
Yeah,
save $8 million when all you're doing is siphoning that $8 million back into your pocket and somebody else.
Yeah.
Jasmine Crockett's been pretty cool too.
Jeffries pissed me off. Call out Schumer, and then Ferry says so is Jasmine Crockett's out there too. But look, they all start off that way. Even AOC, Ferry. But we saw what happened with AOC. She bowed to fucking Pelosi.
I know. That's what I'm afraid of too. Because a lot of people have been like, let's promote AOC, let's promote her. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, she's always talked like she cares about us, but then she capitulates to Democratic leadership.
Yeah. Freak 5 says, I saw a headline that Musk lost about $20 billion. The last I checked, he lost about $100 billion, Freak. He's down to...
he was in the triple digits.
Yeah, he's only at $300 billion now, Freak 5. I mean, come on. All right, what else you got, Break?
The more it goes down, the better. So, again, the stock market crashing is still fluctuating a week later. So, God knows we'll probably end up into a recession or depression.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't end.
Headed that way.
But for the time being, it is kind of fun to watch billionaires lose money.
Yeah, for sure. All right, what else you got?
That's it.
All right, Eric, did you have a sweeto?
No, not really.
All right, let's go on to Driver's Seat, a segment that is pretty awesome. I think two of us are going today, right? I think it's me and...
it's a panic zone, remember?
Oh, fuck.
Driver's Seat's next month.
Oh, fuck. Driver's Seat's next month. All right, I don't have a panic zone, but I'll think of one real quick. Here we go.
You've reached the panic zone.
All right. Slagar says, yeah, wait, the next fall is the FDIC, then we're all screwed. Yeah, I agree with that, Slagar. Federal
controls the FTC.
Yep. We got to all hang on for dear life, Slagar. Trust me. All right. Panic zone. I'm going to come up with the panic zone. You're a podcast host, and you think you're doing one segment, and all of a sudden it's revealed to you that, no, it's not the segment. It's a different segment. What do you do? I'm going to start with you, Brakeman. What do you do?
Mm, well, what would I do? Uh, kind of make a bunch of sound effects and just stall and stall some more until I thought of something.
Bullshit.
I even told you over the phone.
Yeah,
So,
I got the segments mixed up. But hey, this is pretty good, Eric. I think I'm enjoying this. I'll tell you.
Mhm.
I'll tell you in a minute what I did. But yeah, I agree with you. Break. What would you do, Eric?
uh, I'd pretend that you were like I create a scenario where what if you were supposed to have a grinder dance party, but you forgot the names of the tracks you were supposed to be putting up for play. What would you ad lib at that point, and what would you ad lib?
I like it, Eric. Okay, good save there, my man. See, I would do just what I did. I would just think about the scenario and be like, I'll turn this on its head, and I'll say, what if you forgot the segment, and then and you had to do the segment. What would you do? And it worked out. I got through it. Okay, Eric, your turn.
Okay, mine is okay. It's based on a scenario from a game. So, if you want, you can guess what game it's from later. But I don't want to ask you what you do in this situation. You wake up in a prison cell in a dungeon, and somehow you're able to open the doors and search around the place. You find some weapons, but they're all kind of broken. And there's some guys who are just passive bystanders that are threats. Some of them are threats, and some of them just you can ignore, I guess, because they're just standing there like an idiot or whatever. But then you notice there's a demon, like in a room that's far away from you, but he's nearby, which is difficult to deal with enough. But you eventually make your way to I guess what you might have used to been a church, and then another demon shows up. What are you gonna do about it?
Hmm. Is that game Neo?
No.
Okay. I just asked because that was kind of the same scenario that I thought about Neo. But I couldn't get past the first little fucking part. Whatever. What do you call it when you get an erection at a funeral?
But
Jeez.
you're close, but it's not Neo.
Okay. It's not Resident Evil Village. I don't think. Because Resident Evil Village, don't you wake up in a cell? I think.
I'm talking about Dark Souls.
Ah, Dark Souls. Okay.
Yeah, the big old fucking demon with a wood hammer or a club that is like really huge.
Oh yeah, the one that you have to like go to the side room, or you can beat him.
The stray demon's cousin.
Yeah. Morning Wood, Freak 5 says.
Exiled.
Exiled, you son of a bitch. Ferry says, I scare demons. Good, Ferry. Ferry's usually scared demons, so that's good.
Because you normally in the game, you try to fight it with your broken ass sword, and you get a weapon for defeating him that way that you can't even use until pretty much New Game Plus because the strength requirements and the weight requirements are way too hefty. It's the demon hammer, but it's meant to be gotten in New Game Plus, but you can fight him that way if you want.
Yeah, you can, and you can win. I've seen people beat that first demon.
Yeah, because he's not like the stray demon who just fire blasts every time he hammers the ground.
Yeah, yeah. I say that I would do what I did in the game, just go to that side door and find the nearest, like climb up a little ways and notice that it's nothing but death and despair and there's nothing left for you because I played that game and there really is nothing left for you. So then
we're going to do a little continuation to make it even bit more interesting. So after you either kill the demon and get out of there, or get out of there and get a better weapon, then kill a demon, because you could also do that, but you shouldn't get the weapon. You have a couple different places you could go to from Firelink Shrine. Where are you going first?
I don't remember the layout of that game, Eric. Keeper's in the chat. What's up, Keeper? Nice to have you here.
there's only a handful of places you can go, but realistically, if you wanted, you could go into the crypt. I wouldn't recommend it though, because you wouldn't be able to warp out. You'd have to climb your way back up.
Yeah, I'm skipping the crypt. The opposite of the crypt. That's what I'm doing.
That'd be towards the bell tower.
Yeah, the bell tower. I sent you a picture. We are dog sitting this week.
Okay, before this pinning zone ends, would you kill the shopkeeper for the Uchi Katana or not?
Oh, how cute!
You're talking about Freak 5 or
Yes, he's so cute.
Oh, Freak 5, you're getting a compliment.
And the little fluffy bunny too.
Oh, it's not a bunny, Bernie. Look.
I know it's a puppy.
Yeah, it's a little
It's
puppy.
a little what is
Big
it?
Pomeranian.
Pomeranian.
Yeah, Pomeranian.
I love Pomeranians.
Yeah, Pomeranians
So
are
pretty.
really cool. He said thank you.
You're welcome.
You didn't go to the Bernie rally in Denver? Why?
Wait, I can actually make this pinning zone go. What stats would you invest in to level up?
I usually go for strength, Eric, first and foremost. I always play like tank characters in those type of games because I'm not good enough to play like ranged characters or magic characters or anything like that. I'll do that later once I kind of learn the game. But those games are really hard. So once I beat them,
what kind of builds do you do, Break?
Yeah, what do you do, Break?
I like to explore the environment and stuff like that. So I like to do stuff that gives me more stamina.
Stamina? Yeah, that's a good.
So probably, you'd probably go for the thief route or dex route.
Probably something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they need a lot of stamina to do their
Stop you.
DPS massive attacks.
Hey, later,
Because-
Barry. Thank you for
So you're playing
hanging in
dex,
there.
you want lighter weapons, and you
Hey.
get lighter weapons, you could attack more, and attack more means more stamina consumption.
Yeah, Ferry, I'll be doing what is it? Disaster Piece Theater Part 4 tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see you there after the comment show on the other channel. Thank you for coming, Ferry. Really appreciate it. Okay.
That's it for my panic zone.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, Break?
What? A pencil?
Yeah, you're in Dark Souls, man, and you need to. Or
How am I gonna get out? Oh, I'm gonna be a thief, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of like sneaking around and hiding in shadows and just
Backstabs.
What's that?
All the backstabbings.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna try to avoid killing like innocent victims and just rob them. Because I don't want to be totally bad.
Yeah.
I want to survive. I'm not there to murder.
Yeah.
I'd try and avoid as many fights as possible, but at the same time, I'd want some experience. So I'd go and find an enemy that I could maybe manage and go back when they respawn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So not like the first enemies. I'd avoid those and look for something easier, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sound advice. I would. Yeah, that's very reasonable. Yeah. So they're very good.
I do dex myself because I like the dex characters.
Yeah. All right, guys. I know this was a quick.
I keep telling myself one of these days I'm gonna like start with a magical character and use that character. But every time I start up like Diablo, it's always like, well, just a warrior or a necromancer or something like that. It's never like the mage.
Yeah.
I'm never a mage for whatever reason.
I don't know. I never do either. I just because I can't play those characters. They're usually really weak, and I don't know how to stay ranged. I want to.
They're strong enough in Dark Souls. You just gotta level up the right stats, and
Yeah.
every time you level up, your HP's going up, and that sort of influences your defense.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. All right, guys. That's all we got time for today. I hate to rush it, but I got to get Bernie on over to the Emirates. Way important. Muy importante.
Sorry, I'd rather
yes,
be
keep
listening
there.
to you guys.
I know.
This
It's
show's more like part 2 of last week's because we spent too much time talking about the free for all.
Oh, by the way, Eric's going to be putting in the last week's show. I forgot to put it in the thing, and I think it's your turn this week, Break.
Yes,
so
it's my turn.
I'll put that one in there as well. 518. I put 517, or I'm sorry, 817 in there, and I'll be putting 818 in there as well. All right, let's do our plugs and get the fuck up on out of here.
So, who's gonna upload the next episode then?
Well, Break is, and then next week is going to be me. Oh, we're not here next week, so.
No, I mean like since the last episode, so I'm gonna have to upload it first, and then
Yeah.
Break's gonna have to do it.
Yeah. So why don't you do yours tonight, Eric, and then
Okay.
Break will do his tomorrow or late tonight, whatever. Whatever you
Okay,
guys figure
we'll
out.
get to it.
All right, that's all we got. Let's do our plugs. Let's do Breakman first. Breakman, your plugs.
You can follow me at, I think it's at the Breakman on Blue Sky.
Are we friends on Blue Sky yet, Break?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'll look you up.
I haven't gone looking for anybody yet. I've just been mostly shit posting.
Got you. It's
I
a lot.
erased the news, so I don't know what we talked about now.
Yeah, just
so I
make
just
up
have to
shit.
come up with some lame ass description for the last.
Yeah,
episode.
that's cool. That'll work. Nobody listens anyway, so it's good.
The
All right.
episode with no description, and then there'll be no description.
Yeah, just put up a blah blah blah, lots of stuff and things and stuff, and there you
Nobody
go.
listens or reads anyway.
No.
No, here's the summary for the show. We fall into a rat hole for 2 hours.
All right, Break plugs. I think you did your plugs, right?
It's like that rat hole in the ET game. We're just fucking stuck, man.
Yeah.
We've hit every button and jiggled the handle and everything. We just can't get out of this fucking hole.
Oh, it's like that's an Onion headline. I don't know if that's true. Elon Musk to be given nuclear launch codes. Jesus.
God.
All right, Eric, please, your plugs.
Sometimes the Onion has posted stuff that's remarkably close to the truth.
I know. Go ahead.
Or sometimes it's just a slight tweaking of the truth to be a parody.
Yeah, Eric, go ahead, dude. I got to get out of here, bud.
Oh yeah, you can find my written articles on BostonBastardsBrigade.com, or you can listen to my audio reviews on the feed for the site, which I don't have. I was so busy, but I'll definitely have something up soon, and also as well as the episode from last week. But if you like any of that stuff and you want to support me, there's a link to my Patreon, and as little as $1 per month or just whatever for a one-time donation would help out. If I could get like 100 people to do that, then I could get $100, and that could make it easier to buy certain things to help support the show.
Yeah.
But the link is in my Blue Sky profile, which is at RPGrinders, and that's all I have to say, really. Other than Xenoblade Chronicles X, Atelier Yumia is out, as well as Assassin's Creed Shadows, so you got pickings for games.
Yeah. All right, cool.
And next week, Kazan, the first Berserker comes out, as well as another Souls-like AI Limit.
Yeah. I think we're off next week on RPGrinders, so, we can kind of reset. But you can check out my other channel, Mexican Longhair, where we've been having a lot of fun dealing with the fucking troll, doing disaster piece theater dramatic readings. So a lot of fun there. All right, that's all I got. You guys got anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Stay safe.
Yep. Stay safe this weekend or this week.
And you
and
might want to legally change your name if it sounds too foreign.
That's true. Stay safe this
We're
week.
gonna get a lot of John Smiths.
Yeah. Stay safe this week. We want to see you back here
Corey's.
next
Call
week.
yourself Corey.
Until then, we are out.
Tony.
Later, everybody.
Just change the last name to Smith, so it'd be like
Smith. Yeah. Jones.
Juan Smith.
No, Jones is too black.
Yeah, Smith is like the basis, the most. Right? Or maybe Wilson, I guess.
Wilson, yeah. Ew, freak fight.
Muhammad Smith.
Exiled, son of a bitch. All right, guys in chat, Slagar, just look up Mexican Longhair, all one word on YouTube. You'll get to it. I got to get the fuck out of here, but I appreciate all.